हेलो एवरीवन, जी कंपेनियन के आज के इस एपिसोड में आप सबका स्वागत है। आज के शो में हम बात करने वाले हैं एक ऐसे इशू के बारे में, एक ऐसे प्रॉब्लम के बारे में जिसे हम सब ने कभी ना कभी फेस किया होगा। इनफैक्ट हम में से कई लोगों ने इसको फेस किया होगा एंड दैट इज़ वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट बुलिंग। क्या आपने कभी बुलिंग फेस किया है? चाहे वो बचपन में हो या फिर अभी इस उम्र में ऑफिस में हो, बुलिंग हमें बहुत बुरी तरह से अफेक्ट कर सकता है। बहुत मर्तबा ये होता है बच्चों के साथ स्कूल में। क्या आपके बच्चों ने कभी ये फेस किया है स्कूल में? और अगर किया है तो आपने या फिर आपके बच्चों ने इसको कैसे ओवरकम किया है? हमारे साथ आपकी कहानी ज़रूर शेयर कीजिएगा। हमारे फ़ोन नंबर्स आपको टीवी स्क्रीन पर दिख रहे होंगे, आप हमें कॉल कर सकते हैं या फिर आप हमें ईमेल भी भेज सकते हैं zeecompanion@zeetv.co.uk पर। आज हमारे साथ अपनी कहानी शेयर करने आए हैं जैक सिंह एंड ऑल्सो आई हैव कहान विथ मी इन द स्टूडियो, जो हमें बताएंगे कि किस तरह उन्होंने ओवरकम किया इस चीज़ को, बुलिंग को, और कैसे दे केम आउट ऑन द अदर साइड। तो चलिए आपकी मुलाकात करा देती हूँ उनसे और ढेर सारी बातें होंगी। आप शामिल हो सकते हैं इस डिस्कशन में कभी भी, बस अपना फ़ोन उठाइए और हमें कॉल कीजिए। So, Jack and Kahan, welcome on Zee Companion.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
तो सबसे पहले जैक, मुझे आपसे पूछना था कि बुलिंग ये बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम माना जाता है, स्पेशली आजकल स्कूल्स में ये बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है। आपके हिसाब से ये क्यों होता है?
Okay, what happens is in schools, the children find ways of finding other children to ridicule them. Okay, they find something to ridicule them, whether some children have a soft nature or whether they are in a way different or different culture. Other children, in my case, that was the case. It was a different culture. Because I was a different culture, people wanted to attack me, bully me. It happens because children sometimes will be children. But what's more important is to lay the foundations of the children and let them know what the regulations are and what the boundaries are. Now that's what's happened now since, that's the difference from the 1970s to now, that the boundaries have been set. And also the teachers have to keep, and the parents and the guardians have to all keep an eye on what is going on in their children's lives, and obviously try and see if any indication or any signs, they need to take action to prevent it.
एब्सोल्युटली। जैक, आपने भी एक बहुत बुरा टाइम यू हैव सफ़र्ड बिकॉज ऑफ बुलिंग, सो आपकी जो स्टोरी है, जो आपने सफ़र किया है, क्या आप हमारे साथ शेयर कर सकते हैं?
Yeah, of course I can. Of course I can. What happened was in 1970s we were in the wrong place at the wrong time. We were the only Indian family in East London, surrounded by a white-dominated area. We were the first Indians in our school. Many teachers and students had never seen Indians before. Being Sikhs, we had gutta, we had hair plaits, and this was open for ridicule because all we were trying to do is to follow our religion. This obviously opened a massive ridicule towards us. We were bullied on a regular basis. We were told to leave the country, go out, go back to your country. But I got confused because I was born in this country. That was what really confused me. This was the bullying that I suffered was not only physical, wasn't verbal, it was also psychological, because there was times when I questioned myself, wait a minute, is this my life? If this is happening now, what's going to happen when I grow up? So obviously there's loads of things going on in my head, and the sad part was that when we did ask for help and support from the teachers, it was like, the response we got from the teachers was, well, you're going to get that because you're different. And this is in the 1970s, and so that was like a stopping barrier for us, like, well, where do we go? So we became immune to it. It was just a normal day going to school. We dreaded going to school, but it was just part of the way that we were brought up, and we thought, okay, yeah, that's the way things are.
Oh God, that must have been really tough at that young age to face something like this and to actually get up and go to school every day knowing that this is what you're going to face.
Yeah, every day was a challenge. Every day we used to walk through the school gates and thinking, wait a minute, what's going to happen today? Is it going to be a teacher? Is it going to be a student? Is it going to be a pupil? Is someone just going to spit at us? It was always unexpected, but every day it was tough. It was a tough upbringing.
Yeah, definitely, I can imagine. But how did you overcome this? How did you decide that, okay, enough is enough, I can't take this anymore?
Okay, so what I did was I spoke to people. I spoke to teachers, I spoke to teachers again. But then, as I said to you, we went through a phase where it was normal. Yeah, you went to school, you got bullied, and you got home, you got beat up, you got shouted at, you got sworn at. It was normal. But there came a time where I thought to myself, wait a minute, this is enough. I can't take this no more. I need to do something about this. So I went on a rampage with the teachers, the head teachers, everyone, that this was enough, something needed to be done. I was ignored many times, but the thing was that I didn't think this was normal. No child, the year when it was the worst was when I was 9 years old. and that's quite a young age for someone to go through that, and that was the worst time. But I kept talking and I kept talking. Eventually, the teachers started to listen to me, and don't forget, we're talking about the 1970s there. Certain acts were forming as well, equality acts, human rights acts were forming as well.
Yes.
So yeah, there were changes coming in, and eventually what happened was I found that the teachers had no choice but to protect me. And we've come a long way since then. So the 1970s today, today we've got safeguarding teachers, we've got behavioural teachers, we've got anti-bullying posters. I only wish I would have seen one anti-bullying poster when I was in school, because I would have phoned that organisation up and say, please help, but there was none. So it shows that, yeah, things have got better, but it's taken a long time to get out.
Absolutely. You've been through a phase where there was no help for anti-bullying, but there was a lot of bullying that was happening. And Kahan, you were born in the recent years, and you were born in the UK as well.
Yes.
But you have also faced the problem of bullying.
Yes,
so do you want to tell me what happened?
Yes, I was bullied at the age of 12, so 3 years ago. It was very mild, but as it went on and it kept on going, it got more vicious, you would say, more attacking. They started saying things to my parents. My parents weren't even involved, and I would just come home, be upset, and it would, like, you know, hurt. I would go to bed, I would feel unconfident, and it would just really, I just wanted to speak to someone. And I had a few friends which always asked me, are you okay? Are you fine? Is everything all right in your life? Which I never took, you know, I never took the advantage of, because, you know, like times like yours, there was no one to help you.
Yeah.
But when I was there, at that age, it was really tough for me to just say everything, because I felt that they wouldn't really understand what was happening to me, or, you know, so that was my first mistake that I made, that I didn't speak to anyone about what happened. It got more vicious over the years, as in it got, well, it started verbal, and now it's just, and then it went to physical, and it wasn't a lot of attacking, it was more just pushing you over and then ruining your clothes and stuff. And I would just make up excuses to my child minder at home. She would say, what happened to your clothes? I'd just say, oh, I fell over some mud, it's okay. And I wouldn't say anything about it, which I really thought was a bad thing to do, and not to speak to anyone. So yeah, that's how my first experience was to bullying.
Right, so you did eventually speak to someone?
Yes, I eventually started speaking to my principals and my parents about this. My parents were really great help. I don't know why I stopped, like, I don't know why I didn't think to speak to them at the first place, because they're really helpful. I'm just saying thank you, Mum and Dad, for that. Really helped. They went to my teachers, my principal, and they sorted everything out. So the class I was in, they moved me, and now I'm happier. I'm very happy.
That's brilliant. I do want to ask you guys a few more questions, but we have Richard who wants to join us over the phone.
Yeah.
Hello, Richard.
Hello.
Hi, welcome on Zee Companion, Richard. What do you want to share with us today?
Hello, yeah. So I just wanted to ask, really, my friend is being bullied at school, and I'm not sure sort of what to do, really.
Okay, so William, first of all, I'd like to say well done, because you're using the magic word there, friend. Okay, so your friend is being bullied, and you've actually come forward to help him. So well done with that. Okay, very, very well done. What I'd like to say is your friend is being bullied at school. Okay, so what your friend needs to do is he needs to speak to someone. Okay, your friend needs to get help. Now, sometimes this can be hard. It can be hard to approach someone and get some help. So speak to your friend first and say to your friend, you know, let's go and speak to a teacher, or go to speak to his parents or guardians. If he says he doesn't want to do that, then obviously now you've got a friendship responsibility as well. What you can do is you can say to him, you know, I'm going to offer you, I'm going to offer you support, and I'm going to go with you to a teacher, to a parent. Or if he still says to you that, you know, I don't want to speak to them, because bullies have this effect on people when they say to people that, you know, if you tell anyone it's going to get worse, and sometimes this can hold the victim or the person who's been abused from going forward. So he might not want to go forward. But as a friend, what you can do with him is you can personally go to speak to a teacher. Now, there's another issue here now. You might not want to go to speak to a teacher because you'll think, wait a minute, once the bullies find out that I'm trying to do something about this, you yourself might be in a bit of a trap. So teachers these days can speak to you and say to the teacher, say, I want to keep it private and confidential. Okay, so I want to keep it confidential, but I think my friend is being bullied. Is there any way we can do anything to support him? Now that seed you will plant there, okay, you'll pass the responsibility to the teachers and you'll feel good for it, okay? You'll feel good for taking that action, helping your friend. And trust me, William, at this date and time, in 2018, teachers will take action. It's not the 1970s no more. Teachers will take action. And if you still find that nothing's happening, your friend still continues to be bullied, speak again and speak again. I mean, I work for the NSPCC, which is the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, and they have these amazing words: speak out, stay safe. And you keep speaking out, you keep speaking out, you keep speaking out until you're safe. Is that okay with him?
Yeah, I'll try, but the thing is, I just feel like I don't have enough confidence to do that, because I might get roped into it as well.
Okay, so back to what I said, okay? What you do is you speak to one of your teachers, okay? Say to them you're going to have a little meeting with the teacher, private and confidential, in a room, and say, please, can we please keep this between ourselves? The bullies will not know you have had that conversation, because teachers have a responsibility for keeping things private and confidential, okay? So the teacher will be a professional who will keep what you have told her or him to themselves.
All right, Richard, I hope that helps you. Thank you so much for calling us today and for having the courage to come forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, like you said, or like even Richard said at this point, it is very difficult for children to come out and say it. Even Kahan was saying the same thing, कि आपको बहुत tough किया कि आप अपने पेरेंट्स को, अपने टीचर्स को ये बताएं कि हमारे साथ ऐसा ऐसा हो रहा है. तो कहान, क्या आपको कभी ऐसे लगा कि इस सब में मेरी कोई गलती है, इसीलिए मुझे कुछ बोलना नहीं चाहिए?
Yeah, so when I first started, I was really unconfident, and I thought, what should I do with my life? This is all my fault. I'm weak and I'm slow, and I just resorted to eating a lot, and then I gained a lot, and then I had to kind of lose that with swimming and things. But I was really unconfident, and I felt like my personality just all drained. It was all gone. Like, it wasn't me anymore. But now I've realized the fact that, like, it shouldn't matter who I am or what I like, because it is of my likings and not theirs. And, you know, it's not up to them to
decide how your life goes.
Yes,
absolutely.
thank you.
And also, sorry, I think there's another thing as well. No one can put you down without your permission.
Yeah,
okay, you must remember
true.
that people, they have their opinion of you, okay, but they can say, they can call you whatever they want to, but at the end of the day, that's their opinion.
That is
okay?
true.
And then when I learned that from a certain age, I wait a minute, because I used to take it personal. When they used to throw abuse at me, I used to think, yeah, that's right, yeah, you're right, so I just take it personal, think, oh, they're right, they're right. The one day it just dawned upon me, wait a minute, they are just words.
Yeah.
If I have got the right attitude about myself and think, no, wait a minute, no, I am nothing like that, and they can carry on calling me as much as they want, it won't affect you. But it's hard to do that. It's especially at a young age, it's really hard to do that. But the day you realise that, you realise your worth.
Absolutely. And like he said, किसी भी विक्टिम को सबसे पहले वो ये कहते हैं कि शायद इसमें मेरी ही कोई गलती थी, शायद मुझ में ही कोई कमी है, and then the confidence level keeps going down, and it reaches a point which it probably affects you in a very negative manner. So अगर किसी को लग रहा है कि ये जो हुआ है इसमें मेरी गलती है, what would be the one thing that you would tell them as to why it can never be their mistake?
Okay, so one thing I want to say to everyone out there who suffers from bullying is that you are amazing, okay? Don't let anyone put you down, okay? That is their opinion, like I've just said, but you are amazing. I was so affected by being bullied from the years from 9 years old to 13 that when I was 13 I couldn't read or write, because I spent all my life thinking to myself, women, I'm worth nothing, they're right, yeah, I shouldn't be here, this isn't my country. But the day I realised that, wait a minute, that is what they think, that is their opinion, then everything started to change. My attitude changed, and I was saying I wouldn't take it on no more. You can call me whatever you want. I'm not, but it's hard to do that.
Yes.
It took me 4 or 5 years to realise that. But then the bullies realised that what they were doing wasn't being affected no more. And
Right.
what happened then? They moved away. Okay, and it's hard to do that. But as I said, in this day and time, I did that on my own. I didn't do it by any help by the organisation. Eventually, some teachers helped, but there was no major organisation that I could call. For example, right now, I think it was in 1986, I was at home having a meal, and I saw on TV that a great organisation called Childline had been developed. Childline, and I think it's 1986, and I looked and thought, wow, there's a number there. 08001111, and I looked at it and I thought, wow, children can actually phone this number and get help, and that was amazing. That was amazing. That was a big thing. I thought no child's going to have to sit there and think to themselves, there's no help out there. But that was just one organisation that came forward.
True. मैं आप सबको याद दिलाना चाहती हूँ कि अगर आप आपकी कहानी हमारे साथ शेयर करना चाहते हैं, अगर आपने कभी लाइफ में कोई ऐसी सिचुएशन फेस की है एंड यू हैव कम आउट ऑन द अदर साइड, या फिर आप फिलहाल ऐसी सिचुएशन से गुजर रहे हैं और आपको नहीं पता कि आपको इससे किस तरह से डील करना चाहिए, तो आप बिना किसी संकोच के अपना फ़ोन उठा सकते हैं और हमें कॉल कर सकते हैं. याद रखिए, आपको आपका नाम टीवी पर बताने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. आप अनोनिमस रह के भी हमें कॉल कर सकते हैं. So the other thing is, like you said, you have to sort of ignore what they're doing. You shouldn't let it affect you. But it's not easy to ignore something that goes on probably every day and so much that you actually dread going back to that place and being treated the same way. So Kahan, आपने कैसे किया ये, कैसे ignore करने लगे आप?
Well, I started, ignoring it with it was my mental state at first. I would say, no, and I wouldn't let it in my head. And then I was thinking about what my parents had said, what my teachers had said, and just take that in and try to apply that to myself. I would listen to music. I would do personal things which would make me happy. So as myself, I would love to listen to music, and so I'd listen to music and that would make me happy and I'd feel better. And the more and more I realized, I started looking around the school more. I had, because I was blocking away everything, because when I started being bullied, I was just in like this and I wouldn't look anywhere. I would just look down and I would just keep on going into my class and that's it. Now I could look around and be happy and stuff. And so when I looked, I could see the posters saying, there was a special quote in our school. It was no hate or love. So no matter what kind of religion, sexual orientation, race, whatever you are, we are all treated equally, and that made me happy. I felt like the school was taking taking all the hate and stuff, just taking it out and just trying to keep us in together as a family. He was trying to keep the school as a family, which I really liked, and it helped me, grow.
Get over it. And did these people who were bothering you, did they completely stop bothering you, or are there incidences where they still might say something?
When they started, they could really easily pick on me. I would be picked last on sports, and they would pick on me and everything, but I would ignore them and be happy. And then they realized that no matter how hard we try, we cannot put this guy down anymore. So they just completely stopped. And yeah, that's where it went.
True. So, Jack, आपने कहा था कि इग्नोर करने से इवेंचुअली दे विल स्टॉप, एंड वो एक वे है, वो एक तरीका है इसके साथ डील करने के लिए. तो क्या जो ये बुली करते हैं वो सिर्फ आपसे रिएक्शन पाना, to get a reaction out of you, is that their main aim?
Bullies are a very funny breed, okay? Bullies, you normally find that bullies have got some serious issues around themselves in their own personal life, okay? So what they're looking for is targets to obviously take out their frustration on. This can be from someone that they think who is gullible, who is soft, who doesn't talk much in class, just likes to keep them to themselves. No way they want to attack this person and make them feel low and small, and they kind of get some power from doing this. And what happens is, like I said before, it's okay to ignore it, okay, but that doesn't always work.
Yes,
that doesn't always work. No, of course it doesn't work. So what you need to do is you still need to speak to your guardian, your parents, and even if it's just because bullying has no size. Bullying has no size. It can't be small bullying or big bullying. I mean, mine was physical, it was psychological, but sometimes even if someone gets called a small name every day, that can slowly pick on that person and shatter their confidence. confidence as time goes on. So bullying is not big or small, but these people, what you need to do is to speak to an adult, a guardian, and tell them what's going on, because the best way to measure if you're being bullied or not is that when someone says something to you, if it hurts you inside, if it hurts you inside what that person is saying, or the way they're making you feel, or the way they're treating you, it needs to be spoken to. You need to speak to your guardians, you need to speak to parents, okay? Because everybody should go to school to have fun, to educate, and to live their life so they can eventually become amazing adults. And obviously having effects by a bully will only bring your personality down and bring your confidence down. So ignoring doesn't always work, but to some bullies it does, because they think, wait a minute, it's not working. So we're just going to give up with him. He doesn't. And that did happen in my case as well. It didn't affect me no more. But sometimes you still need to go and speak to an adult and a parent, a guardian, and a teacher. And like I said, you've got amazing teachers in school, and you've got safeguarding experts, you've got behaviour experts. And
there's a lot of support available.
A lot of sports, and also Ofsted have played a there's big regulations now as well, where bullying has to be reduced. And I think some schools do a great job.
Absolutely. We have Dr. Masood who wants to share his views with us.
Yes.
Hello, Dr. Masood.
Yes. Oh, good evening. Yes.
Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you very much for bringing this program on Zee TV. We like Zee TV, and you have got 10 out of 10 marks for this.
Thank you very much.
I'm a retired surgeon. What I want to say to the parents whose children are at school, that their child is bullied unless and until proved otherwise. So it's the responsibility of the parents to keep a very close eye and find from their children, from their school, and visit the school and give time to their children who are at school.
Right.
Even if the children say they are not bullied, I guarantee you that they are bullied.
Right.
So this is my request to you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Dr. Masood, for calling us and getting in touch with us through this program. Thank you. So we do have another anonymous caller who wants to speak with us. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome on Zee Companion. What do you want to share with us today?
One of my family members is getting bullied quite badly at school currently.
Right.
Just because he wouldn't go along with what the guy wanted him to do.
Right.
He's been threatened with a crowbar.
Oh gosh.
I was asked to go up on the roof where they could have done anything to him, thrown him down.
Oh God.
He's so scared to even go to school.
Right.
The school knows about it. I've also, is it the right thing to go to the police and get them involved, because they won't do anything until the statement is signed? We are worried about repercussions afterwards.
Right.
Okay, so first of all, peer pressure can be a very strong thing in school. Like you said, he's been pressurised to do stuff that he doesn't want to do. Now, straight away, that isn't right, okay? And by the things you're talking about, crowbar and everything, that's first step will be to go to the school, the head teacher, and say to them, this is what's going on, okay? If you don't see any progression or anything coming through from what the school's doing or any help, okay, you need to speak to an organisation like the NSPCC, Anti-Bullying Alliance, you've got Act Against Bullying. Contact these organisations. You can find them all on Google, and they're all charities, okay? And these people are sitting there waiting for phone calls to give you advice. And if you do feel as if you do need to contact the police, then do so. At the end of the day, what you must remember is that you must make sure that that child feels happy. Until that child does not feel happy, this problem won't go away, okay? So action needs to be taken. And like I said before, sometimes one teacher might not get you the results you want. Go to another teacher, go to the head teacher, then you go to the police. You keep speaking to these organisations, but whatever you do, please do not accept that this is the norm. It will pass.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's quite serious actually. The head teacher knows about this. I've even spoken to the police, but until the statement is signed by the child concerned, I don't think much is going to happen, and we are worried about what that person will do to him, because I don't think he's alone. There are others involved in it.
So what I would do is I would try to gain his confidence, and I would try to bring him what makes him happy. So when you see him, usually when he's happy, gets him going. Make him happy, make him confident again. And when he does, just tell him, oh, this is really happening to you, isn't it? I think we really need to take this majorly, because it's a crowbar. It's not a football, it's not mild anymore. It's getting like I used to. It got more vicious and vicious until I spoke to someone, until I took an action. So what I think you should do is, try to gain his confidence and, try to get him.
Explain to him, yes.
Yeah, because a crowbar that's assault in the first place. So, I mean, the police in itself just need to help out with that situation, yeah.
Definitely, it is definitely a very serious situation, and इसके साथ डील करना, अप्रोप्रिएटली डील करना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. एंड एज आपके बात करने से मुझे समझ में आ रहा है कि यू आर वेल अवेयर ऑफ व्हाट इज़ हैपनिंग एंड यू आर टेकिंग द नेसेसरी स्टेप्स. इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू फॉलो अप, एंड लाइक कहान सेड कि बच्चे को कन्विंस करना कि ये ज़रूरी क्यों है, ये भी काफ़ी क्रूशल है. सो आई थिंक देर आर टू एस्पेक्ट्स टू दिस. वन इज़ टू एक्सप्लेन टू द चाइल्ड कि ये ज़रूरी क्यों है, एंड द सेकेंड थिंग इज़ टू डील विद आइदर द ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हु कैन हेल्प या फिर द पुलिस हु कैन हेल्प. Find help, because बहुत सारी help available है according to our guests on the show today.
There is so much help available out there. You can contact NSPCC, Anti-Bullying Alliance, Act Against Bullying. All these organisations can be found on Google, on the internet. But whatever happens, never give up. This is not the norm. This will pass. It did with me. Okay, I went from 9 years old to 13 years old, physical, verbal, psychological. It will get better, but you have to have faith and you have to keep taking action. Keep taking action till it gets better.
All right. Thank you so much for getting in touch today and sharing this with us. Thank you. So हमने बात की about people who are getting bullied, and there must be a lot of people who are there, like जो अभी कॉलर थी उनके जैसे, जो डर रहे हैं. They are scared कि पता नहीं आगे क्या होगा. हम एक्शन तो ले लेंगे, लेकिन जो आगे होगा वो ज़्यादा खतरनाक या स्कैरी होगा, या फिर जो अभी हो रहा है वो ज़्यादा स्कैरी है. It will be a very difficult decision for them to actually decide कि नहीं, we have to take action. So what would be the one thing that you would want to say to them, that why is it important to stop whatever is happening right now?
Okay, so Jutta, what happens is the bully always says, if you go and tell anyone, it's going to get worse. Okay, now that's what I got, and the person, the victim, obviously takes that on board and say to themselves that, if I do speak to someone, it's going to get worse. But what they don't realise, if they don't talk to no one, it's going to get worse anyway.
Yes.
Okay, so either way, it's a losing situation. So in order to stop it from happening, they have to speak to someone. Now, as I said before, it's hard to speak to someone sometimes. Okay, so they have to just make sure they keep going forward and making sure they get some sort of help.
Absolutely. And on that note, we would have to end the show today. But both of you, thank you so much for being with us. It was an absolute pleasure, and I'm sure you have been an inspiration to a lot of people out there who might be facing this at this point, and who now might know how to move ahead in the situation that they're in. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope आप सबको भी हमारा आज का शो अच्छा लगा होगा. आपको हमेशा की तरह कहना चाहूँगी, आप कभी भी हमारे साथ फ़ोन पे बात करके इस डिस्कशन में इन्वॉल्व हो सकते हैं. और हमारे गेस्ट ने अभी जो भी एडवाइस दी है, इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट कि आप उसे पूरी तरह से एनालाइज करें. आप देखें कि आपकी सिचुएशन क्या है. हर एक सिचुएशन अलग होती है. हर बंदा जो फेस करता है वो अलग होता है. इसलिए ऑलवेज एनालाइज द सिचुएशन, एंड प्लीज़ डू कम फॉरवर्ड if you are facing something like this. Please talk to your elders if you are facing something like this in school. I hope आपको आज का शो अच्छा लगा होगा. मैं आपसे कल दोबारा मिलने वाली हूँ. तब तक के लिए गुड नाइट everyone, and take good care of yourselves.